Wangshu Inn. Do you remember this place, Granny? Yes. The fish here is very delicious. I believe I'll come with. Hyman's still having some trouble understanding what she's talking about, but if she's so familiar with this place, that must mean she lived here, right?
I sensed a non-human presence and decided if you're here, then there's likely no trouble afoot. It's been a while, Cloud Retainer. I have indeed. I fought alongside her in this...
Oh, wow! What was she like during the war? Oh, wait, let Paimon take a guess. Was it anything like this?
Behold, the glory of one's newest invention, the Bang Bang Continuous Fire Mechanism. Hands up and surrender, or be prepared to face the full might of the Adepti.
An impressive imitation.
Paimon...
Even so, the Archon War...
Once one had been one dwelling between...
After the war, Cloud Retainer retired to Mount Outsong. Although I do believe there was an...
One believes there is little...
Granny, are you okay?
Perhaps this conversation should end. Should you encounter any...
Everyone! I think Granny is finally beginning to remember her past.
Slowly now. Calm your...
A long time ago, I don't remember. I was confined. One day, I met a traveling merchant. Upon hearing of, he told me that the pills were concocted using Adepti blood, and... Wait, but if your illness remained dormant for several decades, are you saying that what you're going through now is just and it was all thanks to the pills that you managed to keep the symptoms in check? I'm sorry, I don't. Hey! Oh, fret not, dear child.
The recovery of a person's memories is a gradual process. Finding pieces of one's past is always superior to not finding anything at all.
Next location. There isn't really after all.
Witness my magnificence!
Time to go. Time to go.
Whoa, why are there so many treasure hoarders here? Guess it's time to round up the bad guys.
hunter becomes the hunted.
Do you remember anything about this?
Let me think. But I don't think I stayed here too.
Got it.
Wait a second. If I remember correctly, I believe I brought. Ah, yes, I brought some sweet snacks with me. Go on, take some. You need to eat a lot if you want to grow big and strong.
Oh, thank you. Then Paimon will help herself.
Wind Strider!
Paimon sees an abandoned house. Why don't we take a break over there?
This plate.
Did you remember something, Granny?
I remember. Shuyu. It was a moonless night. I had been injured, so your grandpa was supporting me. We fled together with some being in the fog behind us in hot pursuit. I had exhausted my strength. I remember that night. I remember I alone.
Sin.
I don't know. I don't remember. Eventually, the house was filled with the sound of my baby's first cries.
My dad?
He was my pride and joy, and so are you, Shuyu. But you're always going to be different from me. I
don't care what you might have done, Granny. You'll always be the person I love more than...
You're too... All right. Let's not stand...
If one recalls correctly, the next place should be Qingyun Peak. Yuandai, how fares your health?
I may be a bit slow, but I'll do my best to keep up. I'm sorry to keep everyone waiting.
Climb on. I shall carry you to the top. Oh, such lightness of weight.
All those who grow old grow...
Ah, we'll be a traveling magic troupe.
My only wish is to depart this world with a lucid mind, to free myself of this torment and the burden it places upon others.
Fret not. You have my aid in this endeavor.
I have high hopes for this journey.
This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer. Brings a smile to my face.
We're finally here. Does this place feel familiar to you, Granny?
Let me see. How strange. Have I... When we were at Wangshu Inn and the abandoned house earlier, though I couldn't remember everything, I still felt a sense of... But here, I don't have that feeling. Perhaps I did come here in the past, but it just didn't...
But did the stories get it wrong then? Yeah, that's true. Paimon was hoping this place would jog Granny in.
I'm sorry to disappoint you too.
It's all right. We're not going to give up yet. We'll figure...
Thank you. If... Huh? That way. What's that mountain?
Oh, let Paimon look! Huh? Isn't that Mount Outsong? Looks like we've come full...
Mount Outsong. Mount Outsong.
Granny, are you okay? Don't push yourself, Granny. It's okay if you can't...
Mount Outsong, What am I really?
Mount Outsong holds some familiarity to you?
It does, but
Are you feeling unwell?
My head... It feels...
Cloud... Miss Xianyun, is there anything you can do?
Let us go to Mount Outsong.
But...
Fret not, all will be well. You may leave the rest to me.
Wait, really? What?
I never leave anything to chance. All...
Prepared.
Here, this is...
Huh? But isn't this the mechanism that you were tinkering with?
Precisely. A recent one at that. I am most pleased with the result. It periodically releases a soft breeze, which when paired with a gentle adeptal tune, can help the listener subconsciously relax, soothing agitation and anxiety.
Whoa, what a cool gift! We could have come to Mount Outsong right off the bat!
How preposterous. Had Yuendai not recalled much of her past through her own efforts, the device would have nothing to draw upon. We Adepti can only help those who first resolve to help themselves. Had she lacked such determination and strength of character, one would have little to offer in way of assistance.
Paimon thinks she gets it now.
As previously mentioned, a gentle adeptal tune is required to take full advantage of the mechanism.
Oh, Paimon can feel what you mean.
And you, Yuendai, is the mechanism... It appears she has already succumbed to the depths of reverie. Come, join one on this side. We shall...
The drought is over. But why do you look like you want to cry?
potion. It's nearly run its course.
I've never regretted meeting you. Not even for a second.
Please. Please, no. Have you forgotten? This is the world you left behind. One of gentle breeze and morning dew. This is your home. This is where you belong. You should have never left. So that is the truth. No wonder this place is so familiar.
Granny! Granny, are you okay?
Cloud Retainer.
Your memories have returned.
Wait, did you just call her by her full name? Does that mean you already knew each other?
Yes. I now remember Granny, please don't cry. Oh, don't worry, my dear child. Granny is fine. I'm so sorry, everyone. It's all No, it's okay. Now that I've remembered, you, everyone. Please, Granny, don't. I know, dear child. Some time ago.
Is this the sin that you mentioned in Joyung?
I am, in truth, not a human being. My real form, one that I held for centuries, was that of a wild crane. I spent many, many years living on Mount Outsong, bathing in the soft breeze and drinking the sweet dew of the mountains. Though she never took me on as a formal disciple, I always saw her as my master. Whenever she took out her tools to work on mechanisms or new inventions, I would also stand next to her and watch. I even contemplated completing my training and becoming an adeptus in my own right. I followed her teachings, and time gradually passed us by. Until that fateful
50 years ago?
That's right. Master regaled me with many stories of her past deeds. She was the one I looked up to the most. More than anything, I dreamt, but I was still far from being a real adeptus. I possessed no ability to take on human form and fit in with the crowd. Once she learned of my desires, Master prepared a special dose of human mimicry potion for me. She warned me that the potion's effects would only last 10 years, and if I were to fail to return to my original form at the end of that time, I would forever forget my past as a crane and become something neither human, beast, nor adeptus.
Oh no. So that was the source of your dementia? Was it because of Grandpa?
Indeed, I fell in love. Though he was human, he had spent his entire life training on Mount Tianheng. When we met, it was not only my first foray into the world below. Although clumsy and impulsive as he was, you'd think he was the real strange bird among the two of us. But still, just like me, he cared deeply about the world. I could not help but fall for him. But my time continued to tick away.
Oh no. What happened?
I committed an offense. I wanted to stay with him, even if it meant living a life full of pain and suffering, even if it meant that I would eventually turn into a monstrosity. I knew I had betrayed Master's hopes, but I was too ashamed to face her. I was convinced that she would not support my decision, and I lacked the courage to speak to her face to face. In my shame, I fled and tried, but that was only along with looking back, I was beyond lucky to have come across that traveling merchant at Wangshu Inn. It was, Granny! Coincidence. Master, don't tell me. Back then, that merchant was actually...
Human custom would dictate the conferral of gifts to be in order.
So when I tried to conceal my name and mistakes from the world and hide myself away in perpetuity, the only person I managed to deceive.
One still remembers when you were but a... One found...
Wait! Paimon's so glad we...
I just realized that I've been mute the whole goddamn time. Nice.
One was furious upon receiving your letter. Seized with anger, one set out to bring you to your senses. In truth, one had more than a few misgivings about your chosen partner. As an exorcist, his talent was lacking. One could hardly say his skill with sigils was any better. But soon, one came to appreciate the devotion he bestowed upon you during your illness, unwilling to begrudge, wishing to grant you a life without regrets. One gathered many divine ingredients and used one's own blood to create a form of medicine. Though imperfect, it managed to suppress the more dire effects of your illness. As for how to deliver the medicine, after much contemplation, one eventually decided to perform the deed oneself. One took great care to alter one's features and select the appropriate attire. Only after meticulous scrutiny did one finally set out for Wangshu Inn. As one expected, you were most ignorant of one's true identity. You showed not even the slightest inkling of recognition. One was quite torn. Should one have celebrated the success of one's disguise? Nevertheless, one would speak to you about another matter, if you are amenable. Those monsters would hardly have pursued you with such ferocity without sufficient incentive. They were likely incited by the presence of godly Sad. One was, after all, an active participant in the Archon War. Some of the gods were likely shattered by contraptions of one's very making. In the end, one was to see you. Scatter! Now you should have a complete understanding of the events.
Wait! But if that's true, then the crane who took care of me when I was sick must also be...
One had almost neglected to recount the absurdities of that tale. Scatter! Skyward! Just as you and I troubled one with her antics, so did you give one many a headache. Upon finding you burning with fever, one made plans to bring you back to one's abode for treatment. However, upon seeing one's form, you began to cry, refusing to get on one's back. When one asked you why, apparently you believed that one could not possibly be a true adept. One had no choice but to apply powder to one's body to conceal the variegated nature of one's appearance. You became more than amenable enough when one stood before you devoid of any other coloring. It bears mentioning, however, that as a crane, you and I was nearly entirely pure white in color. Though you had never encountered her in that form, you still recognized the essence of her being. Perhaps fate brought you two together in more ways than one. Now all has been revealed. One has always viewed you as a disciple of equal standing with Ganyu and Shenhe. Still, one could not reveal your identity right away. Memories are most meaningful when recalled.
Master, I must ask, if you found me all those years ago, why did you leave me be?
One has never regarded your action when it is time for... 'Tis a refuge. One speaks, of course, of a place not unlike... 40 years ago, you chose a path. Even the power of an adeptus has its limits. Had your Fortunately, you were able to avoid that scenario by reclaiming your memories. Though one sped the process along by providing some guidance, the result is...
So,
one will help her...
she's gotta go back to being a regular crane, huh?
Master, I don't know how I could possibly...
Granny? Please don't leave, okay?
Don't be sad, dear child. Granny has led a wonderful life. My only regret is having to leave you behind. Don't forget to eat well, okay? A growing young lady like yourself needs lots of good food to grow big and strong. Promise Granny you'll take good care of yourself when I'm
I promise, Granny.
Good girl. Good girl. I won't stop until... That's a good girl.
I'll eat well, Granny. I promise.
That's a good girl. I'm so sorry, Master.
let her be. At her age, crying is a natural. Tears are a necessary part of maturity. Now that the issue has been resolved.
Was good.
I always believed we would see each other again, that our days of separation would finally end, and all my troubles would be behind me. If only things could stay this way forever.
A nightmare? Curious. If you're relaxed, shouldn't your dreams be pleasant?
It was a good dream. It's just...
You weren't ready to wake up. Eloquent as one may be, words of comfort are not one's strong suit. You are doing all you can. One can see your strength of will, your fearlessness in the face of danger. And so, whatever your dream may be, one believes that you shall achieve it. Of course, whenever the perils you face overwhelm you, or you become weary, one is always here for you. After all, as an elder, it is only right to look out for the young ones.
Grilled chicken drumsticks. Huh?
Nice.
Was Paimon sleeping just now? Oh. Oh, Paimon wasn't talking to you. Paimon had a dream about eating grilled chicken drumsticks, that's all. Madam Adeptus? Oh, Shuyu, you're awake. How do you feel? I feel a little better. Thanks. I know I'll see Granny again. Madam Adeptus?
Oh, and
I know Granny thought what she did back then was wrong. She felt really bad about it. But without that mistake, I would have never been born. Even though Granny lost her memories, she never forgot to show me how much she loved me. So, I thought maybe one day I I could become a cool adeptus like you and help a whole bunch of...
Upon some reflection, one supposes you are no mere mortal. The fact that Yuendai's blood flows through your veins is proof enough of that. If this is what you desire, one shall make it so.
Thank you so much, Madam Adeptus. No, I mean... Master.
Chuyu, are you sure about this? Paimon's gonna let you in on a little secret. We've seen Cloud Retainer's 2 other disciples, and they pretty much eat nothing but bitter herbs like chin-chin and violet grass. If you join them, you'll never enjoy One Min Restaurant's delicious cooking ever again.
How utterly preposterous. One has never enforced such a rule. Every individual must find their own path to enlightenment.
Well, you say that, but Paimon's not seeing any tasty treats up here now, is she?
Although Mount Outsong is rich in natural beauty, that is precisely why one plans to relocate to Liyue Harbor. Shu Yu shall have the honor of becoming one's first disciple in the human world.
Whoa! You're leaving Mount Outsong?
One has never concerned oneself with the location of one's residence. From the very beginning, one has sought only solace and peace. Yet in the end, all of one's disciples ended up in Liyue Harbor. Ganyu, Shenhe, Yuendai. One has reflected on this fact for many years now. One can only assume that it is due to some failing on one's part as an elder or master. A failing, perhaps, of recognizing what it was they truly wanted. One is most curious as to what aspect of Liyue Harbor could have enticed them to remain there. One could hardly offer an opinion. Why are you all so silent?
Paimon is, just a bit shocked, that's all. So...
One has precious little time to squander. However, if one finds oneself otherwise unoccupied, one would not be opposed to the idea. One will be assuming the identity of a human while residing in Liyue Harbor. You should take care to avoid disclosing one's true identity.
Don't worry, we'll help you keep it a secret. So, when can we...
Perhaps in 2 days' time. One has already picked out...
Seems like you've really thought of it. Then how about...
A sensible plan. Oh, also, why don't you take this suspense somnium mechanism as a souvenir? Anytime you should feel...
Awesome!
I feel like you get that and you can put that in your
Hey,
teapot.
didn't we promise Shincho that we'd tell him what we found out? Should we make a trip to the...
This thing is literally my best friend. Yo, I'm gonna mute in case something happens.
Time to go.
Add Astra. Thank you for Add Astra.
Your concerns are excessive and unfounded. This is but a simple collection of ordinary valuables. Such intense scrutiny is hardly necessary.
To be quite honest, your insistence on that fact is my primary cause for concern. In what way are any of these ordinary? Every single item here could be worth more than everything I own combined. I simply can't risk shelling out that kind of mora without proper scrutiny. If I'm wrong, I would never be able to earn it back, not even if I worked every single day for the rest of my life. I have to be careful. Yes, you can never.
We're here, Clow. Miss Shenyan, what are you guys arguing about?
Ah, perfect timing. This ignoramus is questioning the authenticity of my wares. I'll have you know, these items have remained untouched in my personal collection for several hundred years. To question their legitimacy is pure folly.
Several hundred years?
Indeed. They're family heirlooms, you see, passed down over many generations, as families are wont to do.
Yep, they've definitely been around a while. We can vouch for her on that one.
Hear that? Had I not found myself in need of mora, I would scarcely have had the heart to part with them. Indeed, you should consider it an honor to even have the opportunity to behold them with your own eyes. Doubt their authenticity any further, and I may just decide to take them to another buyer.
Whoa, please don't go! I apologize for any insult, miss. You see, I know—
An expert, you say? Very well. I will wait for a little while longer, then. Traveler, Paimon, this is my new residence. If you have cause to seek my company in the future, this is—
Master! Oh, it's you two again. Shiryu! You got a new outfit! Mm-hmm. Master made it for me. I like it too. Huh? You know how to make clothes?
Do I know how to make clothes? With the support of the proper mechanism, sewing it.
Master, I brought in most of my stuff. There's a few boxes left, but they're kind of heavy, so I just left them outside.
Fret not. I shall help you move them into your room.
Actually, I should probably sort through my stuff a bit first. Everything's kind of messy right now, so maybe you could, not...
It appears my young apprentice has her own fair share of secrets. No matter. Do what you must, child. Now, this expert you mentioned.
Soon. Here, allow me to make some introductions. This is Mr. Zhang Li, a well-respected consultant at Wangshang Funeral Parlor and an expert in all manner of valuables and antiques. Mr. Zhang Li, this is Miss Shen Yun. She's the one who's looking to sell the collection of valuables I mentioned earlier.
If it isn't Miss Shenyun. It has been quite some time since our last meeting. What a serendipitous reunion.
Indeed, most serendipitous. Have you been faring well as of late, Mr. Zhangli?
Quite well, thank you. I was fortunate enough over the past few days to enjoy both a stroll in the mountains and a fresh brew of tea from the most recent harvest. The experiences left me with such insight and peace.
So you two are already acquainted?
Indeed. How fortunate we are that fate has brought us together again.
You are too kind, Mr. Zhangli. True collectors pride themselves on their wealth of knowledge and eye for deep—
Why?
Not at all.
While I am loath to butt into this conversation, I must— You two already knew each other, and you seem to have quite a cordial relationship. Can I be certain that you're not working together to swindle me? I mean, you never know.
A preposterous accusation. The heavens themselves would collapse before we would conspire.
Miss Shenyun speaks the truth. Contracts are built on honesty and—
Say no more. Let us depart.
I jest. What fool would still harbor doubts after Mr. Zhangli himself has vouched? I deeply apologize for doubting you. Mr. Shang...
There is no cause for concern. They are indeed rare and precious valuables. Take...
Wait, I swear to God. So, you know, I thought I was doing the Lantern Rite quest this whole dang time!
It's time to carry out the plan! Let's go find Gaming! Hope everything goes well.
Time to go.
Hi, Gaming! Paimon sees you've certainly gotten an early start this morning. Playing games already. Who won this time? You the one buying dim sum again?
Hey, when you put it like that, it makes it sound like I'm always the one losing.
Ah, perfect. You're all here. There's an important...
All right, I've got the time.
It's not just goods this time. I need you to escort a tea merchant and their wares from Chaoying Village.
Sure. What's this?
Here.
If the client's that important, then this must be a very crucial, very pressing commission, right?
Of course, the sooner you complete it, the better. I would advise you to depart...
All right, don't work too hard now, Longjo. We'll set off then.
So, I'm an idiot. Completely forgot I hit my head so hard today. I have a bump. Nice!
You're a bit quiet today, Gaming. Oh, do you want Paimon to tell a story?
We're almost there. I'll take a rain check on that.
Hello, you must be the tea merchant heading to Liyue Harbor. We're here to escort you.
Dad?
Oh, so you're Gaming's father. It's nice to just leave this delivery to him. Trust Paimon. He's got everyone at the secure transport
Seems like you've made some sort of name for yourself, at least.
The goods are all in order?
Yes, they're all here.
Then let's get going.
Hyman doesn't know how we would explain ourselves if you just...
I see. I suppose I will have to trouble you all.
Nice.
We've been walking for so long. Is anyone tired? How about we stop and rest for a bit?
I'm fine.
Her bridge is broken.
I'm fine. Thank you.
Why is his voice so deep?
But the winter melon cake he gave us last time was so delicious. Have you ever tried it before, Mr. Ip?
This place looks nice and open. Why don't you all rest here for a second?
Huh? What about you?
I'm not tired. I'll keep watch.
Oh, but...
Just let him go.
Okay, we'll just share amongst ourselves then.
Halt! Who goes there?
It appears that one's movements were overly conspicuous.
Enough of your musings. Focus. Focus on the matter at hand. Present your exquisite ornaments at once.
Indeed. Bring them forth readily and without protest.
What do we...
It seems as if these two... It won't be difficult to subdue them, but they might have something else waiting in store for Dad. The best way to keep him safe is... Leave this to me. I'll handle them. Traveler, Paimon, take my dad and the goods away from here.
No, coming.
This is what I do.
A thorny foe indeed. Let us depart and seek a target softer in blows.
Don't think I'm gonna let you off so easily.
Away. Let us away.
Coming!
Don't worry, he's a great fight. Paimon's even seen him take down a dozen or so treasure hoarders.
But coming, if he had just stayed by my side and learned the family trade, he wouldn't have...
We just have to trust him. Let's go on ahead. We'd best get away from...
She's gone.
All is going to plan.
Okay, we should be good to stop here. Yongli? Oh no, what is he doing here?
Good sir, please, listen to me. Reel in your line and leave this place as quickly as you can. There are bandits in the area.
Bandits? Acting in broad daylight? Oh. It appears many people are catching a chill as of late. If your throat is bothering you, Paimon, perhaps some tea and rest are in order.
Nope, no need. Paimon's fine. She just, had some cake stuck in her...
If there are indeed bandits in the area, then we should inform the Millelith at once. Oh? Well, such matters are best left to those with the necessary expertise.
I suppose you're right. If ordinary people like us got involved, we would only cause more trouble.
since we find ourselves otherwise unoccupied in this beautiful area. What?
That would...
I see everything. Uncle Ip does have a reason to be worried.
Gaming. The name sounds somewhat familiar. Ah, yes. That is the name of the Usho dancer who has been performing around Liyue Harbor recently, is it not?
Oh, have you seen him perform?
Indeed. I cannot help but admire his skill. He truly Usho dancing has become more well known in Liyue Harbor recently. However, although performers are seeing budding success, they have no doubt had to face many hurdles along the way. It's not so easily understood by spectators. If you ask me, what truly deserves admiration is perseverance in the face of adversity. That is a rare attribute indeed. I have heard many of my acquaintances praise Gaming for his kind, selfless, and courageous disposition. To have a child so accomplished and upright, you must be a very proud parent indeed, Uncle Ip.
Seems like Zhongli has decided to skip the formalities.
Well, he's a hard worker. Yes.
You should be sure to tell him you think that when he gets back.
Your son is young yet. It's normal for someone his age to be a bit hot-headed. It's understandable to find talking about such things in person difficult. If there's a particular sentiment you wish to convey, perhaps we could pass it along for you.
No. It wouldn't be right to ask that of you. This thing between us has festered for many years now. In truth, there are some things that simply aren't easy for us to talk through. I've been in the tea business over the past. When you're young, every time I often regret.
It is only natural for a parent to strive to send their child down.
You seem quite...
Your words are too kind. Truth be told, one of my old friends has several grown daughters. Rather than fretting about their future, however, she prefers to let them find their own way.
Then she's more easygoing than I could ever be. I fear I lack such an open mind. I meant to say earlier, there is no need to be so polite. Feel free to call me by my name, Ipdak.
Sure.
So, do you also think I fret too much, Mr. Zhongli?
That's not exactly what I was hoping to convey. As my... You need not indeed with some... Children grow up in...
Zhongli certainly has a way with words. Oh, Gaming is back! Hey, Gaming, we're over here!
Dad, Traveler, Paimon. Good, you're all here. Well...
What does that mean?
Traveler, Paimon, come with me. I'll come right out and say it. Those two bandits, you sent them, didn't you?
So, that's how we're starting off?
Can't look me in the eye, huh?
Okay, but how did you know?
At first, their mannerisms seemed a bit stilted. But once I got close, it was obvious that they possessed great skills. I was right on their tail, and it should have taken only a few steps to catch up to them, yet somehow, I was never able to close that distance. People with that level of skill would have gone about things differently from the start, like sneaking up on us while we were distracted. Unless, of course, their real motive was to lure me away from the group all along.
Wow, you're pretty...
I just have a lot of experience. I've dealt with many a ruthless bandit in my time, but I've never seen ones like them. In the end, I told them they would make good guards if they ever wanted to get back on the straight and narrow, and that they could hang out with me and Liu at Harbor anytime.
You ever consider you might be a little too good at making friends?
I'm guessing you guys were trying to help resolve things between my dad and me? I appreciate it, I really do. But this conflict between us has been going on for a long time. Even if those two were real bandits, and I was able to subdue them and show them what I was capable of, it wouldn't change anything. You've seen the way he talks to me.
It's not like that at all! Your dad really cares about you. You should see the way he talks about you when you're not around. Zhongli was talking things through with him, and he nearly agreed to let it go. You don't believe us?
He won't let it go. He can say as much as he wants to other people, but he won't talk to me. I'm certain of it.
You told us you wanted to prove yourself to your dad. Why don't you tell him about all the hard work you've done these past few years?
Will that even do anything? I'm not sure talking is enough.
You won't know unless you try. Just like how you won't know if something is delicious unless you taste it. Listen to us. It's time to put these people skills to good...
I'll do my best.
You are very knowledgeable, Mr. Zhongli. I'm impressed. Despite my being in the tea industry for several decades, it seems I still have much to learn about the art of tea tasting.
You flatter me. It was nothing but a few humble musings.
How much tea have you drank since we've been gone?
Ipdak and I have found many a common interest. Our friendship, much like a cup of tea, seems to grow stronger the longer it has to steep.
Well said, Mr. Zhongli. Gaming, Mr. Zhongli is very knowledgeable. You should take the opportunity to learn from people like him when you're in the city.
Huh? Oh,
Yeah?
I have very much enjoyed our conversation, Ipdak, but
Oh.
I'll try! This
apologies.
cutscene's...
would be an...
I said I'll try! I don't know, this cutscene's taking forever! Okay!
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade. It is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
Thanks for helping us talk things through with Uncle Ip. Good thing you were able to pick up on what we were putting down.
I have been around the both of you for some time now. You could say, as for my role in the conversation, think nothing of it.
Why did you have us walk all this way?
A friend approaches.
Hello.
Shoo! You're here too?
His son!
I've been here the whole time. A ghostly kite. Could that elusive Director Hu be coming to Wangshu Inn once again? What is she doing here? I suppose it matters not. Given her relationship with Rex, well, Zhongli, I might as well go pay my respects. It's you. I thought you were Director Hu.
Ah, your arrival is most fortuitous. Do you want to try out this new gadget? The addition of the power source makes the takeoff more stable. It's just that...
He seems quite immersed in the study of this device.
I fear it's almost too stable. It completely negates the pleasure of seeing one's kite sway with the wind. It's a bit of a shame. In truth, I'm here because Director Who dispatched me to purchase some items in preparation for Lantern Rite.
I see. Much like she does every year. Am I wrong? Or has she once again sent you out to buy, what is it, sesame oil or something?
While we're on the subject, I do wonder why she is so obsessed with using sesame oil in the preparation of mixed vegetable dishes for Lantern Rite.
I've only met...
And is that not a... This one here is a traditional kite, one without any equipped mechanical device. Many hands make light work. Perhaps you...
All right. I have made... If speed is what you're after, the mechanical kite is the better choice.
Wonderful. I shall pass that information along to Direct... I'll leave these 2 kites with you. Perhaps you can find a few friends with which to partake in the activity. Well, I would imagine someone of your...
So, you were testing out...
I would hardly say I roped Xiao into anything.
Yao Yao is Chi-Chi's best friend, right?
Seems like our pool of competitors is growing. Do you like kite flying?
I suppose I neither like... Although, perhaps there are...
Have you ever thought Clavitator...
There's no need. Minogius, when Lantern Rite is over, come find me near Pavesi's temple if you have the time.
It's getting late.
How's Sheeran, by the way?
The last time, if you have the...
Take care, young lady.
See you next...
Coming. I don't...
Then I'll go. I still don't...
Oh, I can't say... Hey, let me finish.
Sit, Shinha, sit. You must be tired from your journey. No need. I'm not tired. They're gone, Master. Perfect. The time is nigh for us to make an appearance. Do you remember the plan when recounted to you?
Yes, Master. We aim to give them a demonstration of familiarity. So I'll have whatever you are having.
All right.
What are Auntie Shenyun and Shenhe doing here? Just how many people are involved?
Perfect. I just so happen to have bought some Sunglow tea recently. Or it would be if one has not been forced to drink it every day in the hopes of whittling down one's considerable stash. One has more than had one's fill already. Forget it. Such thoughts detract from the present. Has work been busy during the holiday season? Do you need my help?
Drunk guests can sometimes cause trouble, but I deal with them as you taught me, by pinning their heads against the table.
Are Auntie Shenyun and Shenhe serious right now?
Oh dear. While one was busy orchestrating this act, one seems to have forgotten about Shenhe's various eccentricity. What?
You already know of my past. Recently, I've been conversing with Guoba in the kitchen at night.
I guess... that sounds about right. Take her to do something fun, and perhaps she'll...
Like we used to do when we would carry stones up and down the mountain from dawn until dusk, picking herbs to eat for dinner along the way. If that is what you ask of me, then that is what I shall do.
Dad, here, have some tea. Or no, wait, let's not have any just yet.
Yeah. Coming. I'd like to finish what... I don't support your decision to stay in Liyue Harbor, because living there is too hard. If you come home, there will be people to help you. I'm not saying we have to live under your aunts, uncles. They're all
I didn't know dim sum was such an important affair.
Shh. Just think about it.
Dad.
Okay.
But I thank you.
It's been long enough, don't you think? Oh, they're hey, Uchiel! Paimon's sorry.
Perfect timing, yeah.
Yep,
So, I'm probably gonna make another stream in a bit. Yeah.